KUSI broke this news earlier tonight. The governor just approved the county's accelerated phase 2 reopening plan. Joining me now to talk about that is Supervisor Nathan Fletcher. Supervisor Fletcher, thank you so much for joining us at 10:20 at night.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. Sorry about that.
That's okay. That's okay. It's late. Listen, explain to everybody what happens next. What's next now?
So on the county website, we have the guidance that's up for dine-in restaurants and in-person retail. We've been sharing this with businesses in anticipation of this step. All that they need to do is fill it out, post it publicly, share it with their employees, and then they're good to open immediately.
I retweeted that out to give people that link also. Now, if the governor gives the county the green light to do its third phase pilot plan, we haven't heard anything about that. When could that go into effect if all goes well?
Well, we have no idea. He hasn't responded to the request. It was just a letter asking him to allow us to do that. He did reference earlier this week, counties are able to move through stage 2 if they meet the criteria. We did. And he referenced stage 3, he believes, beginning sometime in the early part of June. And so I think we should get through 2, implement it responsibly, continue to monitor our progress, and start preparing for stage 3.
How many days do we need to do that? That 14 days, if that's a success, you think with the numbers, with the cases, with all of that, with the criteria, is 2 weeks long enough?
Well, I have no idea. You'd have to ask the governor, and I don't think he has the ability to predict the future, so I don't know when that would be.
Yeah, it seems like it changes by the day. It's later in the summer, now it's June. Now, you know what, let's just open tonight. You were the only supervisor who voted against moving into phase 3. At the time yesterday, you said, since we have not moved through stage 2, we weren't ready for stage 3. It makes sense. Now that we are opening stage 2 businesses, how long do you think is long enough?
Well, we've been in stage 2 for all of 7 minutes, so maybe we should let the businesses get open. We should monitor the progress. We should see. The governor's never moved the timeline, and when he anticipates we would go into stage 3, the only timeline he's ever given was possibly at the beginning of June. So there's certainly no one moving the goalpost there, but it is important. We have to take a step. We got to monitor the impact. We have to see what happens. We have to prepare to take another step. And I think that doing this responsibly is not only in our public health interest, but it's in our economic interest. It's incredibly difficult for these businesses. We don't want to be in a situation where they have to start and then stop again. I think a smooth, even, steady economic recovery is best not only for public health, but best for our economic recovery.
Certainly. I mean, it goes to people's confidence and everything. I mean, we're hearing from a lot of people. A lot of people are excited about this news, extremely happy. A lot of people are nervous. I mean, our reporter on the ground who's been out there every day says it's about half and half, the people that he speaks with. So what are your thoughts about people being able to eat and shop inside?
Well, I think what we said from the beginning, April was a month of action. We came together. We just didn't flatten the curve. We demolished it. May is a month of adapting, and the coronavirus remains alive and out there, and the danger of spread and certainly the impact is still there. But what we're hoping is that we will adapt how we go about daily life to try and mitigate or contain the spread, and that's things like face coverings, physical distancing, hand washing, temperature checks. And our hope is if we can get as widespread cooperation with those efforts as possible, that we can limit the spread and we can continue to progress forward, continue to see more reopenings, and most importantly, continue to have the public have a sense of confidence that it is okay if you take these steps and actions to go out and act responsibly.
Is it up to restaurants and retail to follow the guidelines? If somebody walks up without a mask on, do they need to turn them away?
Well, that would be the only person who could turn them away if they showed up to a restaurant. And I trust our businesses that the overwhelming majority of them will comply and will do the things that they've been asked to do because they care about their employees, they care about their customers, and we live in a world too of between Yelp and Nextdoor. If someone's not being responsible and it's not safe, that word is going to get out, and that's not going to be in your business interest as well. So I believe people will act responsibly.
Yeah, I think people want this to work, so they're going to do what they have to. All right, Supervisor Fletcher, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.